Hey guys, I'm back with the last video in my series of set 5 characters that could take down an RLE. These were the 5 that at the beginning, I believe 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, I said could make it. And you might be saying, well, don't you have 2 videos left? You still have Rappa and you still have Midoriya 4. And that's what we need to come together and have a discussion about today. Is we need to vote some of these characters off the island. After much play testing and many hours spent deck building, I've come to the unfortunate conclusion that it's time for us to say farewell to Midoriya 4 and Rappa. You know, I had a lot of hope for them. I really believed in them. I rated them in my A tier on my top 100 tier list from a few weeks ago. And I should say I still believe that they can top an RLE, but I no longer have faith that they could win it. And you might, react towards this kind of negatively and say that it's my fault for lack of deck building skills or for maybe not playing them correctly. And you might be right, and I'll be happy to be proved wrong. But for now, you can officially call me a doubter on these 2 characters. So let's jump into the reason on why. Midoriya 4, when it comes to the good symbol, I would just rather be playing Mirio. Mirio wants to play all the same cards as Midoriya 4, except he makes up for the lack of speed that good punches have. Like Hardened Jab that draws from your stage selectively and Valiant Assault that draws 2. The big downside to those 2 attacks is that they're 3 speed. Midoriya 4 does nothing to help that. Mirio changes their zone. So and Mirio's 6-hander, he's got a great defensive ability that's just as great as drawing 3 cards on your rival's turn. So I'd just rather be Mirio at the moment. On the Void symbol, he gets a really fun discard strategy with because you can play the Fury Villainous Waylay and Hardened Chop, and then you could also do Vindicating Smash, and then you could play cards like what's the name now? Now I cannot think of it. It's a 3 low block on the Void that says when your rival discards a card, commit, and you can draw a card. And then you can also flip it for an attack to get -3 speed and +3 damage. So that's like the Void passing the torch with also some speed hate in an emergency situation. But in my testing, it just wasn't strong enough. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't winning consistently. It was a 50-50. And then on the life symbol, that's probably his best and most consistent symbol. But every time I was playing him, I just wanted to be Nejire or Overhaul, or, one of the other characters that's strong on life, like Toga 1 or Momo or, just somebody else. So the bottom line for me, fundamentally as a character, is that he's an 8-hander. And I think that's what got me so excited, is that he gets to draw the 3 cards in his opponent's turn, and then he can sculpt. And so then he can keep a few attacks, and then he draws 3 more. And so he's not really a 5-hander. He's drawing attacks like he's a 8-hander is what I expected. But in my testing, I discovered he still has 5-hand size problems, especially when he's got a discard cost on his top enhance. So it's for those reasons I'm out. All right, Kendo Rappa. On Evil, we get this really fun Gale Force Punch strategy where we can destroy our rival's stage at the same time as we're destroying ours to pay for our attacks. But it's really lacking in punches. And that's kind of the story across all his symbols, is these symbols are just lacking on punches. They have enough punch support to make him a viable character, but I don't think they have enough punch support to make him win a regional license exam character when there's 100+ players playing the best decks in the format. On the fire symbol, we get this really fun momentum generation and we get awesome actions, but then the fire symbol still really lacks 0 difficulty foundations. There's hardly any that I want to play right now. I think Quick to Act was the only one that I was running in him. And then Rappa, I really want a strong build on turn 1 and just wasn't getting consistent with fire. The other problem with fire is it had some really good defense. It has a lot of good defensive foundations in terms of speed hate, but not nearly as much control as I like to play. Really lacking compared to symbols like order and water and life and symbols like that. On the order symbol, he gets the best punches, I think, and he gets a more consistent control strategy, because that's one of the things about Rappa is he doesn't have to be so aggressive and play all his attacks on turn 2. He can use that top response to actually play defense. He gets release on face. And so I really thought order was going to be this strong symbol, especially because you can use Indiscriminate Shock as your finishing move, or you can even use Recipro Burst. He's only keyworded into punches for 1 response once per turn to play it again. So as long as you're playing 75% of your attack lineup punches, you should be just fine. And then you can end on an indiscriminate and you can get the damage boost that Rappa so desperately needs. But in the end, I just found myself saying, I want to play a character that gets Vile Seizing too. I don't want to be keyworded into punches on the order symbol. I was finding myself leading off with Cat Punch, like going Cat Punch, flurry of punches, or I go Cat Punch, repeated 100% smash, maybe Bullet Punch, flurry of punches, and then end it with an indiscriminate shock. But fundamentally, flurry of punches and Cat Punch are not strong enough cards to where they should be in an RLE winning list, in my opinion. Although it's fun to give 3-speed to indiscriminate shock. Bottom line, great text on his character, just the wrong symbols. Sorry, Rappa, but it's for those reasons I'm out. All right, I'm wishing you the best. Well, here, let me give him a proper goodbye. Let's set the mood here. Well, Midoriya 4 and Kendo Rappa, it was a great run. I believed in you. I believed in you from the beginning. I wanted you to be great. You know, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe you're still wonderful. And maybe us breaking up is going to be for the best. And you guys can go and accomplish great things. But this is where we have to go our separate ways.